Before the break, we saw how an affordable housing scheme allowed Gráinne Ring to get a foot on the property ladder. But how have the schemes been affected by the property slowdown, and who exactly is eligible to put their names on the list? With me now is Fiona McLaughlin from privateseller.ie and Martina Burke from Affordable Homes Partnership. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Martina, let's start with you and sort of find out who is eligible for affordable housing?
Yeah. Well, affordable housing, it's a brilliant opportunity for people, and it's for first-time buyers, so if you haven't bought already. But there are income criteria. So as a single applicant, if you're earning between 25,000 to 58,000, you'd be eligible. And if there's two people applying, looking to buy together, their joint income would be no less than 75,000. So it's quite wide income bands. Now, in some parts of the country, it's slightly lower. It does depend, but that's the general kind of guide. And the other thing as well is that you do need to be working, because people do need to be realistic. At the end of the day, although it's an affordable home, you still have a mortgage, and I suppose for most of us it's nearly one of the biggest purchases we'll make, you know, so it's a long-term commitment, so people just need to be aware of that. But first-time buyer status, income, and to be working pretty much.
Now, the organisation that you're involved in is in conjunction with all the county councils and around the country.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you're in Cork, you can. There's like what we're saying is you can buy an affordable house in Dublin. It's different prices around the country. Different criteria might apply there. Are there people prioritised on these lists?
Well, yes, people apply to the local authority in the area they want to buy in. So, each local authority, like there is some variation. The core criteria, you know, just what I said there, but can be a little bit of variation along that. So, if somebody is, for instance, looking to buy in a more rural area, their income limit might be only up to 40,000, you know, that they need to be earning. But what we've developed is a new website called affordablehome.ie, and it's really the work of all the local authorities around the country and ourselves, and for the first time ever it just enables the local authorities to list the homes that they have available, so people can go online and take a look, and they can also click in and see each local authority page.
Now, Fiona, we have the list here. As you were saying, you have to be a first-time buyer, ability to pay the mortgage, obviously, which is you know, something you do. Individuals 25 to between 58, and another person with 75. Now,
and they really are approximations, because it does vary differently around the country. So as well as being lower, it may also be higher in some cases. And I think that's been a problem to date with affordable home schemes and initiatives. There's a variety of them actually available. And what affordablehome.ie will hopefully do for a lot of people, if we could communicate one thing today, and that would be, don't get caught up in the different schemes. If you cannot afford to buy a property on the private market and you fall approximately within those price bands, go to your local authority, go to somewhere like affordablehome.ie first of all, but go to the local authority and let them tell you which scheme you are relevant for, so the scheme that's best suited to you, because it's so confusing between all the different schemes. Even studying it, you know, it's really quite complex. You can get private loans, you can get loans from the authority, you can buy the property 100% yourself, or you can actually, there's a co-ownership scheme where you can actually share the ownership with the authority. So there's a plethora of schemes available.
What kind of discounts are we talking about?
You're talking about 25-30% discount on the properties. So you really are getting good value in most instances. One of the things that we do, you know, I've had a lot of responses, and as we've seen, Gráinne had a fantastic experience and is absolutely delighted with her apartment. But two things that keep coming up are the high valuations. People are concerned that the properties are being valued too high by the local authorities. And why that concerns them, even though they're getting it at a reduced price, is that the clawback is then at a higher
this clawback
rate.
Is like you're getting this discount from your house, and for the fact that you have to live in it. The council want you to live in this house. Now, people's priorities change, they may have to move on. There's a clawback in all of them where you have to pay back.
One thing I would like to clarify again today, though, for people is that the valuation is based on the day that they sign the contract.
That's correct,
Isn't that right? So it's not based on the time that they received the development or decided that they were allowing those houses be used for affordable housing. It's actually based on the price on the day that the contracts are signed. And if anybody has an issue with the valuation that the local authority has given, they're entitled to get a private valuation themselves. So it's just to let people know that if they're concerned about the high valuation, then you're entitled to get a valuation yourself, you know.
Okay, Martina, two quick questions. The waiting list, how long are people? I know we saw there, Grania, 8 weeks you got a viewing. Is that generally what we're looking at?
Well, it does vary, and the reason for that is that in some areas there's more demand than in others. For example, Dublin City Council is the largest local authority in the country.
But this is what I've heard about people trying to get on this in Dublin, is that they're being sent to outside Dublin because the housing is not necessarily available in...
There's 13,000 people on lists in the greater Dublin area.
Yes, but...
So they're being offered places on the commuter belt outside of Dublin.
I suppose it's like anything, if you're buying on the open market too, if you do keep your options open and you look outside of certain areas, you know, you will be able to afford it. And likewise, you know, there is some more availability in some areas than others. So it does vary. Grania was very lucky, for example, and she, you know, was very fast. But some people, they might also be holding out for a particular type of home. Maybe they're looking for a house only or a particular location. So generally
if you're looking for a particular location, you want to stick with that, then obviously it is going to take longer.
And the lower their income,
unfortunately, as well,
it may be to find something, you know, that
so basically, Grania was an exception, 8 weeks. You could be 8 months, 18 months.
There's a number of people, it could go up to 18 months indeed, it could, yes, in some areas. And it does depend, unfortunately, there's just so much demand in some particular areas as well, you know, so that does, and also for the type of home, because not everybody is happy to buy an apartment. So some people are looking for houses. But we've had houses available just recently in Leixlip in Kildare, and there was huge interest in those. So again, it's just showing us that people are looking for different types of home, you know.
Fiona?
And just very quickly, I want to say that, you know, people think, oh, there's so many units on the market at the moment and so many people on the waiting list. Why not just, you know, get the developers to sell, you know, as affordable housing to the people on the waiting list? There's a selection criteria. They have to be near
they'd have to be near public transport, and also we can't just go out and buy up a complete housing estate. Like, you don't want to distort the market either, or unbalance the whole integration and have all affordable housing in one area. So there are certain considerations, but we're looking at that as well.
What's your website again?
It's affordablehome.ie, and this is just the handbook as well, and that's on the website. And there's an FAQ and a forum there, so people can contact us as well with queries.
And a single application form for any of the schemes, which is great.
And you'll have some information on privateseller.ie also. So between the both websites, if you get on that, you should be able to find out exactly what you're looking for, what area you're going to. I mean, when you're talking about 25-30% discount, I know there's clawbacks, and if you're willing to be a bit flexible on where you want to live, it's a great deal.
It still is a great opportunity.
Still is a great opportunity for first-time buyers. Listen, thank you both for coming in. Now, if you are looking to make a move but don't know where to start, has your house been on the market for several months with no buyers, or are you thinking of extending your home and need advice? Well, if you have a property query, our hot property team, and she's sitting here beside me, wants to hear from you.
A team all
of our own. You can get in touch by phone by calling Ireland AM's office at 419 3419.